Hello everyone, this is Chris from Eclectibles. Today we've got a little bit different sort of a unboxing. We love yard sales in my family, and sometimes we will go out in search of the next great find. Don't know if this is it or not, but I wanted to share this find with everybody. It's in a box, not really gone through it, so we're kind of see this at the same time. I'm going to show you this. This is how it read when I saw it. It says figures, Marvel, Mickey Mouse, Star Wars, miscellaneous, 4 for $1. I just picked up the box and I asked the nice lady how much she would take for the entire box. She told me $5. I was pleased, so we made the transaction, and I'm going to share this with you today. So what we're going to do, we're going to open this up. I'll just reach in, pull out a random thing or figure, and we'll see who it is. Alright, so looks like we've got one of the little Transformers. I wanted to say this could be Cliff Jumper. So pretty cool. Next we have from the Clone Wars, Star Wars, one of the Clone Troopers. And if he's got a specific name, Star Wars folks, I'm sorry. I've got other things on my mind. Not that that's a bad thing if you know who this guy is. Next we have... it is a version of the Hulkbuster Iron Man. This particular figure looks like he's got a little piece of armor missing, but still he displays well. So next, I believe this is Rex, so I do know this person, and I believe these were called Galactic Heroes, this particular series, and with the superheroes, they were Superhero Squad. And speaking of Superhero Squad, this is Silver Surfer, but it's a different version of Silver Surfer. I think he was Savage Surfer, using his surfboard as a shield. Next, we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This is Raphael dressed as a magician. He still has a weapon in hand and a bird on his backside. This is a clunky, big, very cool looking figure. This is another version of the Hulkbuster Iron Man. That's our first version. This is the second. This one's a little bit more intimidating if I were the Hulk, but you're the Hulk, so it really doesn't matter too much. You smash. Anyway. We all know this guy. It's a little Jawa. Very cute. His gun's almost as big as him. This looks like a G.I. Joe. Duke, maybe? And from Star Wars, Cad Bane. And here we have Iron Man. A little bit more traditional Bronze Age type suit. And another Iron Man. This is one of the first suits that we actually see him in the comic books. And here, also from Marvel Universe, this is Namor, the Submariner. And from Star Wars, goodness, his name escapes me. I think it's Count Dooku. And here we have one of the droids, the ones that rolled up into the ball. Oh, got two that time. Spider-Man, and it looks like he's surrounded by the symbiote that is otherwise known as Venom. Very cool, possibly from the movie version of the superhero squads. And here we have the Lizard. X-Men, Nightcrawler, a very cool looking translucent or half translucent figure. Wonder if he stands up. Okay, he appears he wants to break dance. Oh, there, he's up. Here we have Venom. Next is Mr. Fett, Jango Fett. With a very large rocket on his back. And here we have a trooper. Again, don't know if he has a specific name. He looks like he's in some sort of battle fatigue. So, very cool. Possibly from Kashyyyk, that planet, Chewbacca's homeworld. And Obi-Wan Kenobi. And this is your traditional Stormtrooper. Looks very similar to the one that you see in the episode 4 on Tatooine. And here's a slightly more modern aged Iron Man, Tony Stark. And another clone trooper. Okay, so this guy looks a lot like Donald Duck, but he also looks a lot like the big bad in episode 1, Darth Maul. I wonder if his saber is in there. He's actually a little bit more articulated slightly than the others that we have pulled, but still cool nonetheless. And speaking of articulation, here's a figure that apparently has none. C-3PO. He's actually very light plastic. And Hulk apparently smashed a little too much, missing an arm. I don't know if that's a Gladiator Hulk or Savage Hulk or Planet Hulk. There's a lot of Hulks. But this is a one-armed Hulk. Alright, here's another Iron Man. This is very similar to the Iron Man that we see in the first Iron Man film, with the torch on his armor. General Grievous. 4 lightsabers that you can move around. A very cool looking figure. And here's Mr. Samuel L. Jackson himself, Mace Windu. Guess you could put a little goatee on him and get rid of the lightsaber. He could be Nick Fury. This appears to be a transformer of some sort. Looks like he's missing one of his wings. Not really sure of the guy's name. Looks like maybe an Insecticon. Decepticon, Insecticon. Magneto. Very cool. He's actually in need of a bath, a little dirty. I'm sure he will clean up. And we have Phoenix. A little bit of missing paint there, but still a really neat looking figure. Another clone trooper. And here is Anakin Skywalker. And Kit Fisto from Star Wars. And here we have another a Disney take on Star Wars. Again, Donald Duck, this time dressed as Han Solo. It's a pretty neat looking little guy. Here we have a Tuscan Raider, or as some people call them, Sand People. And the Thing from the Fantastic Four. And here we have a Marvel figure. I think this might be Titanium Man, possibly. But definitely a guy in a suit of armor. It's another Obi-Wan, which I think is different than the one that we pulled before. We got hood up, hood down. So, windy day, non-windy day. See, this is Indiana Jones' buddy from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, it's kind of cool. A little bit different than what we've pulled so far. And here we have Lando, fresh from Dancing with the Stars. And here we go back to the Transformers. I think this is Rumble, who was one of the really cool cassette tapes that went with Soundwave. From G.I. Joe, Firefly. Another clone trooper. I don't know if we actually have one of these or not. That's about the clone. Whoa. Slightly different in size there. It's Big Papa and Little Buddy. Cyclops with a flat top. I've never seen that before. And here we have Mickey Mouse. This is Anakin. So, if you've ever thought that Mickey Mouse turns bad and tries to rule the universe, apparently you were right, because this guy soon becomes Darth Vader. Luke Skywalker. There's Padme. Sabretooth. And a droid from Star Wars. This is the guy that runs around saying Roger, Roger a lot. This is a Cobra Trooper of some sort. I would say it's Destro, but it doesn't really look like him. Of course, that could be the movie version. Now, this is the Destro that I remember. This is the guy from the comics in the toy line and the cartoons. So when I think Destro, this is the Destro that I know. It's another droid from Star Wars. And from G.I. Joe. Roadblock, possibly. If it's from the G.I. Joe films, I really haven't followed those. So I'm taking a guess. And from Star Wars, this is Ventress with the dual lightsabers. Kind of a cool looking figure there. And here we have from G.I. Joe, just a regular old fodder Cobra Trooper. And how fitting is this? Goofy being Jar Jar Binks. So if you thought Jar Jar was goofy, here's your proof. Here's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, unmasked version. Luke Skywalker, fresh off the planet of Tatooine. Snake Eyes. It looks like our second Destro. I believe it's the same exact one that we've gotten already. One of my favorite Transformers ever. I believe Ravage is his name. Again, one of the very cool cassettes that you could put in Soundwave. And last but not least, from the cartoon series, it's got the little baby hut on her back. I cannot remember her name at this point. I'm sorry, folks. I should know this. But anyway, it's Anakin's little sidekick. So it'll come to me as soon as we stop filming. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to sit here and waste anybody's time anymore. Looks like in the box we had a couple lightsabers. That probably went with some of those maybe Disney figures. So again, I'm just going to slide all this back in front. So that was what was in the box. It's a mound of the small figures. I thought it's pretty good deal for $5. It's at least giving us something to talk about and look at. So we enjoy little things like this immensely because hey, you can just throw them in a box and sell them at your yard sale. But anyway, this has been Chris with Eclectibles. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to see more of our videos, please subscribe. Thanks.